Hi and welcome to all the racing enthusiasts joining us around the globe for this pre-recorded show, which is recorded early doors on Monday morning. And this is for the Tuesday meeting, which is out at the Vaal Classic. And take note of the changes, obviously with the weather patterns on Saturday. There's been some races moved to the Tuesday meeting. And joining me on the line is Alistair Cohen. Alistair, how do we find you this morning? And tell us a bit about the weather and the card.
Yeah, Sheldon, all good, thanks. To all the racing viewers, all the racing fans, this Christmas Eve meeting. We won't get to chat to you until the weekend, until post-Christmas. So I hope that we finish the last meeting before Christmas with a bang. I am up in Joburg, got back on Sunday night after the Durbanville Cape Merchants. It's cloudy. There's a forecast of rain leading up to this race meeting. So hopefully we'll be good to go. As you mentioned, two races from Saturday have moved to this card. So the World Sportsman Grand Heritage and the Grand Heritage Consolation we run on the original course, on the stand-side course, and the other 8 races will remain on a classic track. So interesting dynamics at play, and a very interesting card that we have in store. 10 races on Christmas Eve, but also take note of the very, very early start. 11:15, don't miss the boat.
There we go, as you heard from Alistair, don't miss the boat, get those bets on early. The first race, we're going to go at 11:15. Now, Alistair, looking at the first race, we won't spend too much time. It is a work riders race. And looking at the betting, numbers 4 and 9, they're currently dominating at around 16 and 18 to 10. And then we go out 5 to 1, the rest of the field. Do you have a particular fancy in the first race, or how do we guide race number 1?
Yeah, Sheldon, I think the market's pretty much spot on here. I think it's a race in 2.5 between the two at the top of the board, 4 Chabelle and 9 Parabellum, and 7 Fizzy Bubbly is sort of the half a chance in behind. I'll tell you who I think is my top choice. I'm going to go with number 4 Chabelle to win it. Pelasila Makawa takes her out for Fabian Habib. Pelasila is, of course, Tony Peter's right-hand man, but with no Peter runner here, he gets on board Tony's neighbour, Fabian. Started off his career nicely. There was talk and support from at a second start when he ran 4 lengths to Let's Play Poker. Let's Play Poker came out and franked that form. He wasn't the only direct winner from that form line, because Serrano came out and won, and then the second was Baynak, was just touched off not so long ago either. So the form's working out best for Chabelle. I'll give him the vote of confidence. 9 Parabellum goes this trip for the first time, being out of a Sormares mare. I don't see that being an issue. Parabellum 4th last time out of that form line. The second was Hong Kong, came out and won. That's held in very high regard, so there's a lot of respect you got to have for number 9 Parabellum. Chamo Mabaya takes her out for Paul Matchett. And then Fizzly Bubbly, number 7 on the card. Like I said, that's sort of the unknown in the race, also trying this trip for the first time out of a Silvano mare. I don't think that's an issue. Stepped up from the first to the second run. The form lines aren't as strong as the first two mentioned, numbers 4 and 9, but I think that he'll be somewhere in the mix. So in order of preference, 4, 9 and 7, pretty much as the market suggests it'll run.
On to race number 2, and talking about the market, we have joint 2 to 1 favourites. Number 5, Great Notion, with Pierre Stratum for the powerful Mike de Kock stable. That'll shoulder the 59 kilograms. And then we've got number 6, Instant Attraction, also 2 to 1, and that'll get the luxury of Trent Mayu taking some weight off the back. Are you in Great Notion's camp or Instant Attraction, or are you looking elsewhere, Alistair?
No, definitely in the camp of number 5, Great Notion here, Sheldon. Draw 1's going to be a massive advantage. Last time the work riders just took a hold from draw 6 out of 6, ended up with no cover, raced on the outside of runners. This time you're not going to have any issues out of draw number 1. I know it was a very weak race that Great Notion ran in last time, but there's just too many excuses, and now we get the professional of Pierre Stratum on board. She's a well-bred daughter of Daniel Platina. The mother, Fish River, was a stakes-placed filly when she was here. I think she was the first Canford Cliffs. She was actually imported by the Maritz Fintine team. Great to have Stratum and de Kock teaming up. They often partners on the golf course and not too often on the racetrack. But here we go with number 5, Great Notion, and I think she'll take all the beating. You've got to afford a little bit of respect to number 6, Instant Attraction, but she too hasn't run in the most wonderful races. She looks like she's ready to win, but I just think the improvement, the progress, and the excuses that number 5, Great Notion, had last time will give her the edge. I make her a bar pot bank, and I think she'll be tough to beat.
That'll take us on to race number 3, and race number 3 due off at 12:15. This will be over 1,600 meters, And at the early time of recording, number 10, Copper John, is scratched. So take out number 10, Copper John. And looking at the betting, Alistair, number 1, Struan Sky, and number 2, Kudzu, both from the Jantje van Vuuren stable. They share favoritism at 33-10. And then Candice Dawson's got number 3, Salute the Flag, at 7-2. And then Mike de Kock's got number 7, Greenhouse, at 4-1. So from Struan Sky 33-10 to Greenhouse at 4-1, there's not much separating the quartet on the betting front.
Yeah, Sheldon, I'm going to be quite bullish. I haven't structured an exotic. I've structured a place all to come that works out to 12-1. And this is my starting point. It's with number 3, Salute the Flag. Third run after a break. His run of Betway Summer Cup Day was excellent behind Captain of the Green, who's given a very strong chance of winning the World Sports Betting Grand Heritage just a race later. The horse who ran third, i.e. behind Salute the Flag, half a length behind Salute the Flag, Prince of Green, won a race a few divisions stronger than this subsequently. So I think Salute the Flag's pretty much cherry up to give a big run here. Trent Mayhew's 1.5 kilo claim is also a vital aspect, and I think that he'll run a very, very big race, and he can win. He's got a strong winning chance. Of the Van Vuuren runners, I think number 1, Struan Sky's probably the one that I'd row in with. I'd draw one with Stratham on board. Has run with some pretty good company. Those bad runs, or that one bad run, just didn't get home over 2,600 meters. If you eliminate that from the form, he actually hasn't got a bad record, number 1, Struan Sky. So I do have respect for him, but I think they're the only 2 horses that can win it. So as far as my place all to come is concerned, I'll go with the wild source, number 3, Salute the Flag, but number 1, Struan Sky, for me is alive. I think Kudzu is going to have it all to do after the break and from the draw, and number 7, Greenhouse, I'm just not convinced about the form lines. I think this is a step up for a filly against boys. I know she's got a light weight, that might help her along, but yeah, I'll be comfortable holding it to 2 in the buy pot and the place accumulator.
On to race number 4, which will be the opening leg of the pick 6, and nice to have them over 1,475 meters. And Alistair, this is of course the race meeting, or the race moved from Saturday on to Tuesday. And just looking at the casualties, number 7, After the Rain is scratched, number 5, Silent War's out, number 16, Jordan, number 18, Zuzan, and I think also number 24, Tamil Tigris. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 scratchings at the time of recording. And the betting says number 12, Captain of the Green, at 33-10 in the form of his life in Gauteng, and number 13, Pomodoro's Jet, at around 7-2. They seem to set the trend on the betting front. However, you've got horses like number 4, Radicchio, who started off in KZN. He's been an absolute revelation. What are your numbers for this event?
Well, Sheldon, nothing's changed from the jackpot that I tipped for the Saturday card. I mean, all those horses that are scratched weren't part of my play. But subsequent to the numbers which I'm about to reveal, I've heard a whisper about 2 horses, and both of them are in. So 2 Savannah Storm was in, 3 Guy Gibson, 4 Fire and Flame, 6 Argo Alley, my absolute wild Trudy in the race. I think that he's very, very close to being nailed on for the top 4. I think he'll run a big race. Number 6, Argo Rally. 12, Captain of the Green, needs no introduction. 13, Pomodoro's Jets, just had no luck with draws in his runs down the straight. Let's see how he goes and which side it's playing here. And sadly, because the first 3 races are on the classic track, we're not going to get any info. We're going to go in blind with draws and potential bias of the track. 14, Radicchio, 15, Richard the First, and 19, the Africa House. But the 2 horses that I've heard, and I put it in inverted commas strong, since this meeting was called off, or these 2 races were postponed, we were 14 Radicchio and 19 the Africa House. Both of them are they obvious chances. Nothing that I'm telling anyone that's a little bit off piece that's going to make you scratch your heads. But Radicchio with a hard up on the outside draw. Marco van Rensburg rode a winner earlier in the day. He was very keen to ride number 14 Radicchio. He thought he had a big chance. You're right, started his career in Durban, winner there, went to Cape Town, winner there, went to Joburg, winner there. What a servant he's been. What a lovely horse he's been to follow. And number 19, the Africa House, touched off by Radicchio last time out, gets a valuable swing at the weights. He's very much allowed. So maybe those 2 horses could figure part of quartets. I do think the winner comes from the 9 horses that I mentioned. Still, my play would be number 6, Argo Alley, and a top 4 play. He's not part of my play source. It comes number 6, Argo Alley. Probably not a race where you can throw something into your autocount just because of the nature of it. But yeah, very, very complex race. Whispers out about numbers 14 and 19, but number 6, Argo Alley, could be my money maker just to sneak into the top 4 somewhere.
Well, there you heard from Alistair, who's got his ear to the ground. So some of those shrewdies out there, throw those runners in, and who knows, you might be able to get one heck of a quartet. As we move along to race number 5, where number 6, Prince of Green, and number 12, Whirly Whirly, are the 2 casualties at the time of recording. 22 to 10 about number 5, Confederate, for the inform Fabian Abib stable. Lucky Delacus has number 7, Count Invictus. And then number 3, Jury's out at 5 to 1 from the Candace Dawson stable, along with number 4, Warhawk Bomber. Alistair, there's only a quartet of runners in single figures. After that, we go 10s and better the rest.
Yeah, I think that's a fair reflection of the race. My initial numbers were 3 and 5. I've almost been talked into respecting number 7, Counts and Victor. Let's start with number 3, Jury's out. Gavin Arena takes her out. Tried blinkers for the first time. Last time out, ran a nice race behind Radicho. He obviously runs in the Premier race, this obviously being the consolation. I know that Gavin's sort of wanted blinkers on the sun of giving me the green out for a while. So here we go. Outside draw could be gold. It could be an absolute booby trap. Who knows which way that's going to go, but he's doing very well at home, and he'll run a good race. Number 3, Jury's out. So if he doesn't win, he'll go close. 5, Confederate now gets the services of Cabello Matsanyani. He's a very promising horse. He's upwardly mobile. Beating Sutherland last time is one thing. Sutherland's a half-brother to Thunderstruck, but Sutherland was coming off a long layoff. But the way that Confederate won suggests that there could be a lot more to come. So he's obviously interesting because he's making progress. And number 7, Counts and Victor. There has been support for him. My query was whether he's got the game over 14.75 down the straights, because last time he tried the extended distance down the straights and he ran out of puff. I know he's got an advantage at the weights over Confederates, and stable jockey Craig Zaki takes a ride. But for me, he was just not finding over the closing stages, number 7, Count and Victor. So that made me think. But I've been told, don't worry about that. Put him in. So 3, 5, and 7 are the only 3 horses that I can see winning the consolation race.
Right, moving along to race number 6, and when you have a closer inspection, it's not cut and dried. They'll be doing duty over 2,400 meters, and your all-to-come place bet hinges around a horse called Ideal Future, number 1. She's a 6-year-old mare taking on the boys here, but you do get the 1.5 off for Trent Mayu. And just looking at the form, very consistent to a point. Last time came back to that consistency and was almost a winner with To the Rescue. Just managed to edge this one out.
Sheldon, different beast at the Vaal, the daughter of Futura. Shame, she's been brilliant for Michelle Kruger and her husband Dirk, who owns the horse. Trent Mayhew takes her out. He gets a tune out of this daughter of Futura. She's a very interesting mare to ride, because you've got to get stuck into her almost at the top of the straight to the Vaal, and she gives and she gives and she gives. She just gallops. She's almost relentless up there. So just the fact that she's back at a course that she adores, I think that she'll run into the top 3. I know she got penalised for being a loser last time, which I'm not a fan of, but she went very close to the Rescue. To the Rescue's found form. To the Rescue was just relentless in front and almost beat Ideal Future at her own game. So I think she'll run into the top 3. When I was considering what play I wanted to structure for this card on Christmas Eve, I had a lot of time for number 5, Romeo's Magic. Pierre Stratham takes a ride for Brett Warren. I mean, Brett Warren was the reason why Pierre actually moved from Abaca, or Port Elizabeth as it was known then, to Joburg, when Brett had a big, strong string. So number 5, Romeo's Magic, got to be respected. Will he get this trip? That remains to be seen, but if anyone's going to help him reach this 2,400 meter distance, then it could well be Striker. I'm sure he'll ride him stone cold. Number 5, Romeo's Magic. Of the others 4, only a poet probably answers the calculation. 7 to move is worth respecting, but number 1, Ideal Future, does hinge part of my place altogether.
They're moving along to race number 7, which will be run over 1,000 meters. Just looking at all the different publications and all the different tipsters, there seems to be a different buffet out there, because there's a whole host of different selections in this contest. Alistair?
Yeah, you can see why. I mean, Sheldon, we can talk about this race over and over, and I'll come up with 4 winning chances, you'll come up with 4 winning chances, and there'll be almost individual of the 8 that are in the 7th race. Very, very tricky race. The horse that I'll lean towards is number 3, Commander of All. I mean, could be the Fabian Habib day. Jason Gates takes the ride, and the son of Captain of All. the insiders draw over 1,000 meters down the straight might not be ideal, but it's a small field. Seems like he's got a nice turn of foot that could serve him well. His ratings come down from a 69 to a 64 in good time. His highest rating ever was a 75, number 3, Commander of All. He's no champion. He's a one-time winner from 20 starts, but there are no champions in this race, so he might have the best opportunity of being able to pick up a second career win. I think number 1, Sakala Atula will run well. Again, striker on board. Clinton Binder Trains went down to Hollywoodbets Greyville last time, came out very slowly out of the stalls, lost the race at the start, which was the first, certainly is according to all the form lines that I can see of the last 10 starts. So hopefully he doesn't develop a bad habit. If he does come out on turns, he'll be dangerous, number 1. Sakala Atula, he's worth another chance. And then good old Samoa, a 99 start for this 10-year-old mare by Global One. Daryl Daniels comes to the Vaal for 2 rounds for Bridget Startolf. She'll give her best, number 5 Samoa. If she doesn't win, she'll be right there. But I'd suggest an each-way play on number 3, Commander of All, in a race that if you're playing exotics, you'll want a few numbers on your ticket.
As we move on to the next event, race 8, and here number 7, Heirloom, Diego de Gavea for Robin Claassen. They've had the 22 runs to date for the 2 wins and 9 placings. And I actually fancied Heirloom when coming to KwaZulu-Natal, but never fired up on the potty, was beaten back in 7th position. Went back to Gauteng and ran a decent 4th. So I can see why you're on the track of number 7, Heirloom, and this must be a massive each-way player.
Yeah, Sheldon, I actually think she'll win. If I take a pick 6, and I don't think I will, but if I take a pick 6, or I might even take a jackpot, I'm probably going to bank a number 7, Heirloom, from a rating of 93 once upon a time. She's a 69. She's been a 69 for a while as number 7, Heirloom. But the key here, guys, dropping back to 1,000 meters. That is going to be the office. I know the last time she ran over 1,000, she plucked her lines behind just the 2 of us, but she was returning from a 3-month break. She was entitled to need the run. She's come to life. She's run to Salinio Peninsula, who would win this race. She's run to Nettleton, who would win this race. She's run to Rafif's Choice on the poly. She probably didn't appreciate the service, but I like to believe that Platinum Racing null runner would be very dangerous in this race. Plus, she was a trifle unlucky. And then last time behind Ride On, I think Ride On would win this race. So for all those reasons, I think number 6, Heirloom, is pretty much well teed up here. The drop to 1,000 meters is key, and you can't talk me out of it. I think that she can win. She's the 3rd leg of my place, all to come. And if there is an all-in, as Raheel would say, on the card, I think it's this. I think there's good value, and I'm going to make her the play of my day.
So there we go, number 7, Heirloom, trading at around 7 to 1. That could be the play of the day, and a horse that should run an absolute blinder. As we move on to the penultimate race of the day, now being a 10-race program with the 2 races from Saturday pushed across to Tuesday. And in race number 9, 15:45 over 1,000 meters. Number 3, Forever in My Dreams, is 5 to 2, joint with number 5, just the 2 of us. Number 6, Lady of Memphis, 7 to 2, and then we have number 8, Virgin River, at a price of 5 to 1. If the guys are looking to go into races 9 and 10, what would you suggest in race number 9? A win bet, place bet, swinger? How's your outlook on race number 9, Alistair?
Yeah, Sheldon, so this is the final leg of my play, all to come. This is probably the one that I'm most indecisive about. It's number 7, Kia Kaha. I mean, I think she's got a good winning chance. She's been sparingly raced, this 3-year-old filly by Vaal. She made her debut midway through the year. This is just her 5th start. The outside draw down the Vaal Classic track, I think, is going to be a good thing. Keratila Kachedi takes her out. At least she comes in with a win under the belt. She won probably a race that ordinary fillies or ordinary horses might not have won last time. I know that the form line is a bit quiet. One party hasn't ripped up any trees. Samoa, who ran 3rd, has been doing Samoa things. I mean, there are horses in and around that don't inspire too much confidence, but at least she might have a little bit more progress to come. And I think that she'll go well enough here, number 7, Kia Kaha. There's no shortage of dangers. Number 2, Miston Scotland, I actually think has got a chance. She's very hit or miss, this daughter of Verse and Gethrix. When she's in the mood, she can be deadly. When she's not in the mood, she's absolutely awful. 3, Forever in My Dreams, is coming along. It's to his second run in quick succession. She obviously started her career with a lot of promise. She's not quite kicked on, but she could also run quite nicely. Number 3, Forever in My Dreams. 6, Lady of Memphis. 5, Just the Two of Us, also need to be respected. But as far as my place all to come is concerned, I'll go with number 7, Kia Kaha, but I'm going to have sweaty palms going into that final leg of my place all to come.
And then the 10th and final event, so we'll go to double digits at 1620 over 1450 meters, everything being equal. Hopefully the weather plays ball and we get to race number 10 and everything's going hunky-dory. When it comes to the 10th race, Alistair, are you looking for a lone time or are you going to go to New Mexico and have some rattlebag?
Well, brilliant. Lone time's just come out. Literally 10 minutes ago, a lone time was withdrawn, so we don't need to worry about a lone time because that's one of my favorites and not done me a favor in a while. So thankfully, we don't have to worry about him here. I'll go with number 5, New Mexico, Sheldon. He's been so costly to follow. Thankfully, I haven't fallen in, but second start from 20 to 1 to 13 to 2. He was once upon a time punted 9 to 2 to 9 to 4, 7 to 2 to 9 to 10, and again last time 6 to 1 to 9 to 2. So he's obviously a horse that's been on quite a few people's radars, but not quite got the job done. But I think he's got his best chance here, the son of Ideal World. Alec Laird's yards come to form. Calvin Abbott's riding particularly well for Alec. Looks like they struck up a good relationship. Alec is very adamant that he's got to have a right-hand man as far as a jockey is concerned, and when you get to know them, their results. 5 New Mexico stayed on very strongly last time under the lights of Turfentine on the stand-side track behind MK's Dreams, who just got away. To the eye, I think that New Mexico was making a lot of eye-catching progress and should be well teed up to give a good account of himself. Dangers, number 4, the Cane Train. Very interesting to see how he goes straight out the maidens. Fitness needs to be taken on trust. 6, Kalida from the draws, not going to be too easy, but I suppose he enters the conversation. 7, After Hours, is a good old honest son of Bezrin. He very difficult to read, capable but not always willing. And I think number 5, New Mexico, just could get his day in the sun here. And I'll give him the vote of confidence in the last.
Excellent. So that's race number 10 and hot off the press as we talk around about 9 o'clock on Monday morning. They have scratch number 3, Alone Time. So that was at 5 to 1. So that'll obviously come out. So number 5, New Mexico, will probably be around about 16, 18 to 10. Number 1, Rattlebag, will shorten probably 5 to 2. And then number 6, Kalida, will come down 4 to 1. And number 2, Super Awesome, around about 5 to 1. So that's the 10 race program. Alistair, a whole host of action for each and every punter out there, the 10 race program. Let's hope that the weather plays ball and you can give the guys your all to come place bet.
And it works out to 12 to 1. Thanks, Sheldon. Race 3, number 3, Salute the Flag. Run into the top 3, Can Win. Race 6, number 1, Ideal Future. Run into the top 3, Can Win. Race 8, number 7, Heirloom. I've got her in the places, but I think that she is my play on the day at 7 to 1. Can't believe the price. And race 9, number 7, Kia Kaha. Again, top 3, might win.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Alistair, for the entire year's work, in and out, up and down, all the way around, and continuing to tip the winners. And all I can say is to you and the family and all the viewers out there, greetings, festive greetings, and have a wonderful day on Christmas Day, and we'll catch you in the new year.
Yep, thanks so much, Sheldon. Same to you and the family. All the best to the entire Peters household. Hope that you have a wonderful festive season. And spot on to all the viewers, to all the racing fans, all the followers of these preview shows. I mean, you won't believe how many I come across day in and day out. All the best to you all. Merry Christmas, and looking forward to what's to come.
Well, there you have it from Alistair Cohen, hot on the line. Merry Christmas, season's greeting to each and every one of you out of there, and best of all for each and one of you, and hopefully the horses run for you as you want them to. Have a wonderful day's racing, and we'll catch you soon.